I have found that I've been examining my heart more than I've ever before in my life. I've found myself wanting in areas of lack of transformation, in lack of passion, in lack of being decisive for the Lord. But I found I'm not alone. I found James and John were there with me. I found Peter after he was filled with the Holy Spirit and opened the door to the Gentile nation and opened the door by unbelievable revelation to the Gentiles. Though God was using him to minister to those people, he was still a racist in his heart. Whew. Can you minister the word and still have issues? Oh. Can you be a worship leader and still have issues? Can you be an usher, an elder, and still have issues? In the book of John chapter 4, and to save time, I cannot read the whole passage, but Jesus goes to the well of Jacob that was dug hundreds and hundreds of years before. He did not cross the Jordan River and go down the east side to avoid this section of Samaria, as most Jewish people would do, because if they come in contact with a Samaritan, then they would be ceremonial unclean, because the Samaritans were a mixed breed race. They had mixed religion. Though they believed in the Pentateuch, they did not believe the rest of the Old Testament. So they had a partial truth, but just not all the truth. Jesus purposely went through Samaria. He did not avoid it. There are some things you need to quit avoiding and face. And he met the woman at noonday, not in the early day or in the late day, but at noonday, because she was a woman of ill repute, not accepted by the rest of the community. And Jesus has a conversation with her that goes back and forth. She argues with him, and I want to deal with that argument. What are you talking to me for? You're a Jew. What are you asking me for water? We have nothing to, and if I gave you water, then you would be ceremonial unclean. This is not appropriate. So she's arguing with Jesus. Are you greater than our father Jacob? You would give me water, living water. Give that to me. She said, you're a rabbi. He said, go call your husband. I don't have any. You've got 5, and you're living with one that's not your own. You're a prophet. So the revelation is increasing the more she speaks with him. And the more she speaks with him, the less she's arguing, but she's still confronting, as though she has a point to prove. He said in 1 Corinthians 7, we've each been given a gift. 1 Timothy 4, don't neglect the gift. 2 Timothy 1:6, he said, stir up the gift. My question is, many people don't even know the gift. They don't know the gift. And part of my problem is that people get saved today and are still not acquainted with the reality of the gift, the value of the gift, what the gift is. The value of the gift. Jesus said, if you knew the gift. She's arguing with the only person in all of history that could heal her from her hurts and frustrations and she's carrying on an argument as though she's got something to talk about. She's arguing from the point of her religion, which never helped her. But she felt some significance. If they knew the gift, it would bring a difference. But if you know the gift and it doesn't bring a difference, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Can you be born again and not walk in newness of life? Today we've learned how to do it. We can be saved, but we're not saved from our sin. We're saved and okay, and we are glorying in grace, But grace does not allow you to live in sin. Grace prevents you. It empowers you beyond sin. How do you know it? It's the testimony of Christ that you realized the horribleness of sin, and yet we have found the pleasure, and we don't think of the horribleness of sin. But that's why Paul said in Galatians 6, I glory in the cross. I glory in the cross. Why? He says, because the world is crucified unto me. Because it's in the world that I've known sin, that I've known the hurt, that I've had my identity, all my cultural existence. But it's in that place is where I've found my hurt. Yes, the hurt was in me, but they didn't have an answer for my hurt. So I must be crucified to the world. It's only in the cross I find that crucifixion, that I find the death to the world and death to sin. And it's only in the cross that I see where God took the punishment for my sin. That number one, I don't have to live in the consequences of God for my sin. And that sin in me can be stopped only if I find life and death at the cross. The sin in me will never be stopped if I don't go to the cross. It's an invitation to go to the cross and to see yourself on the cross. That's what I deserve. But that is my life. That's my joy. That I can go to the cross now by faith and stop my sin, stop my pain, and find new life in God. But our ears have gotten dull. They've gotten dull. We've heard it too much. It's too much. In the cross, we can sing it, but to live it is the testimony. If you knew the gift that came and went to the cross, if you knew that gift, dear lady at the well, your life would change. Argue with Jesus. How long do you want to hide your 5 husbands and the guy you're living with? You think you can hide it from the one that created that turkey and you as well? You think you can hide it just because you don't talk about it? You think you can hide it? The whole town knows it. But they don't know this. So what is not exposed is an anchor to your living death. What is not exposed is going to keep you entrapped to where you are. You can't go forward into your destiny as long as you've got an anchor and something hidden. The blessing of the Holy Spirit is to expose our hurt and our fears of what has enslaved us, our unbelief. You say, I don't have unbelief. Really? I have found that God uses the humiliation of my sin, the humiliation of what I've feared my friends would know about me. He uses that to teach me to hate sin and to love humility. Humility, submitting to the truth, yielding to the truth. Yes, I am. Yes, I ate. It's not the woman you gave me, God. I ate it. I don't have to blame mommy and daddy and everybody else. I don't have to blame the culture or the president. It's me. It's me. Can't we just say, yes, I have sinned? Why do we have to water it down? Why do we have to make it palatable for everybody? Well, we all do it. We all do it. We all do it. It doesn't matter that we all do it. It's you. If you knew the gift, you could be freed from making excuses and hiding and walk in the freedom to which you're called. Because the Spirit of God is not there to comfort me until He convicts me And when he convicts me, then he can comfort me. But he will not comfort what he cannot deal with. If you knew the gift, if I don't accept the offer of his confrontation with the exchange of my gift and what I've brought on myself and what Adam passed on to me, if I don't I want to trade this testimony for another testimony. She was carrying her gift. She was carrying her testimony from her DNA, her culture, her sin, her experience. And it did her no good. Well, honey, trade your testimony for another one. It's in your face. He loves you. He died for you. He wants an exchange to go on. And as long as you protect it and hide it, you're going to keep yours. Man, I want to trade mine. And he says to you, when I pick up your cross and follow me in the way of humility, follow me in the way of submission, follow me unless a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abides alone. Will you give your life, not Sunday morning, not your culture, your life? Will you let him bring changes to it? Will you exchange testimonies? And will you take his testimony? Romans 8:16 says that when you're born again, the Holy Spirit testifies to you. He comes inside your spirit and he testifies to you, you're a child of God. It's a testimony. The Holy Spirit is testifying to you. You're mine. I love you. You belong to me. What a testimony to hear. What an unbelievable voice to hear. The Holy Spirit says, you're mine. You're mine. That's the greatest testimony in all the world, to hear the voice of God. Now, comfort me. You're mine.